Hey everyone, Dr. Rowe coming to you from SpineCare in St. Joseph, Michigan. In this video, I'm going to show the best exercises to quickly realign the spine. So if it feels like your posture is off, like you're starting to tilt or lean towards one side, definitely check this video out because what usually causes this are muscle imbalances, including tightness, that just pulls everything out of alignment. These exercises are going to focus on releasing that tightness, bringing everything back into better alignment, better balance, and quickly improving our posture. Each exercise works differently. They're going to target different muscles, different areas of the back. To get the best results, go through them all and use what works best for you. With that being said, let's get started. This is the wall lean exercise, and it's really good if you notice that you're having a little bit of a tilt or lean in your back towards one side. The trick with this exercise, whatever side that you're leaning towards, you want that side facing a wall or a door. So I'm going to demonstrate what to do if you're leaning towards your right. The first thing that you're going to do is take the arm on that side, bend your elbow at 90 degrees, and place your forearm flush against the wall or the door. Have your shoulder and elbow pretty well in a nice straight line. I'm going to walk back with my feet to the point where I'm able to comfortably lean my body weight into that door or the wall. And I also like to have my feet together. From here, I'm going to take the hand on the other side, place it right over my hip. Now slowly press your hips towards that door until you feel a deep but comfortable stretch forming in your hip that works towards your back. You're going to hold this for 5 seconds, release it. On the next repetition, go up just a little bit with your hand, maybe an inch or two, and then repeat. You're going to notice it stretches the back a little bit differently. So keep repeating this over and over again, working the whole length of your back until you go over the rib cage, all the way upward towards your armpit. When you do this, you're going to notice that one certain position, like right here for me, just stretches it the best, really attacks that tightness in the back. At that point, I stop over that spot and keep repeating this over and over again until everything is nice and loose or I'm not getting any more improvement. And for good measure, I would switch to the other side and throw a couple repetitions in just to keep everything in balance. Here's a really good exercise that we can do seated. Start off by making fists and then pressing them together with your thumbs pointed towards the ceiling. When you do this, you're going to feel a lot of muscles across the back start to fire. We're going to hold this and now slowly tilt or lean downward towards one side, lowering our shoulder towards the floor. As you do this, you're going to feel a deep stretch form on the other side. So what I like to do is start by building into this to the point where I feel a good stretch in my lower back and then just lower down a little bit more till it works towards the middle back, even upward towards my shoulder blade. Hold this comfortably for about 5 seconds, and then what you're going to do is back off slightly. Release that stretch maybe 25 to 50%, but keep a little bit of a stretch in there. Take a breather for about a second or two, and then what you're going to do is build back into that stretch, deepening it as much as you can. But just keep doing this over and over again for about 5 to 10 repetitions. And then from there, you're just going to switch to the other side and repeat. I like to do this whole cycle for about 2 to 3 repetitions on both sides. But when you do this, you're probably going to notice that going towards one side just offers the best stretch. It's really attacking tightness, achiness, maybe even pain in your back. At that point, I like to build into that position and really take this one to the next level. So let's say that I get the best stretch going towards my left. What I'm going to do at that point is slowly twist or rotate towards the other side until I feel a really good stretch forming on the other side of my back. We're going to hold this and now lean downward. You're going to notice that your back opens up a little bit differently. Again, it's going to target more muscles. So just keep building into that, and just once you do get that comfortable stretch, hold that for 5 seconds, relax about 25–50%, and just build into it for 5 to 10 repetitions. And for good measure, I would do this on the other side also, just to help keep everything nice and loose. So here's one of my favorite ways to realign the spine. This is called the standing puppy, and all we need is a wall or a door. Let's start facing it and get pretty close. You're going to take your arms and hands and reach overhead as much as you can. And during this exercise, treat your hands like suction cups, so you don't want them sliding sliding like this. What I'm going to do from here is just walk back a little bit with my feet to the point where my body is tilted or leaning a little bit away from the door. I like to have my feet roughly hip width apart, and then I place all of my body weight onto my heels. The movement from here, very straightforward. We're just going to bend our knees and then squat our bottom down and away from the door. The more that you squat down, the more that you're going to feel a deep opening stretch in your back. Build into this as much as you can and then hold it for 20 to 30 seconds. And during that time period, do nice, slow, controlled breathing. Just let out as much tension as you can. Just relax by standing back up like this and then repeat this 3 to 5 times. To take this one to the next level and really focus on improving our posture and realigning the spine, this is what we can do. So whatever side that you're leaning or tilting towards, what you always want to do is stretch towards the other side. So this right here will help straighten our back. I'm going to demonstrate what to do if you are tilted towards your left. So let's get back into our original position, just like this, but I'm going to slowly start to lean my upper body, my shoulders towards my right, just to the point where I feel a light, comfortable stretch on the other side. At that point, I hold this position and now I squat down. This will quickly deepen that stretch, so build into this one as much as you can. Hold it for 20 to 30 seconds, release it. On the next repetition, try to deepen that stretch a little bit more by leaning over there and just keep repeating this over and over again until everything is nice and loose or you're not getting any more improvement. So here's one of the best exercises to help realign your lower back and your hips, especially if you feel like one hip is higher than the other. What usually causes this is because of a blend of weakness and tightness. On the low side, you have a lot of weakness. On the high side, you have a lot of tightness that throws everything out of balance. So what we want to do first is identify which side is high and which side is low. A really easy way to be able to tell is to take 2 fingers on both hands, place them right on your belly button, and then trace off to your side. You're going to run into 2 big pelvic bones. What you want to do is trace the top of those bones and then look in the mirror. The odds are one side's going to be higher, one side's going to be lower. For this exercise, we're going to focus on the low side. So I'm going to demonstrate what to do if your right hip is lower. Let's go right next to a step or a stair and place the high side's foot right at the edge. Low side's foot off like this. Now, keeping your body nice and straight, what you're going to do is drive that low hip upward towards the ceiling as much as you can. You're going to feel a deep activation into the muscles around the hip, working into your lower back. Once you feel that, hold this comfortably for 5 seconds and then release it. But what we're going to do to take this one to the next level is now lower our heel downward towards the floor, but don't let it touch. Instead, let it hover an inch or 2 above, or go down as far as you can. What you're going to feel is a deep, intense stretch form on the other side. So we're going to strengthen the low side by going up and stretch the other side by taking that foot downward. Again, hold that for about 5 seconds. Release it, take a breather, and then repeat this whole cycle about 5 to 10 times in both directions. Afterwards, see how you feel. If it feels like you have a little bit more energy, always challenge yourself by throwing in another set or 2. Here's a really easy exercise that we can do in bed or on a floor. Just start with your body in a nice straight line. With this one, whatever side that you may be leaning or tilting towards, you want that side on the bottom. So I'm going to demonstrate what to do if you are misaligned and leaning a little bit towards your left. From here, I'm going to support my upper body on my forearm just like this. My elbow's bent roughly at 90 degrees, and what I like to do is press my shoulder upward as much as I can so there's a little bit of space in between my rib cage and the bed or the floor. From here, I'm going to take the hand on the other side and start right near my belt line. I'm just going to start by pressing my hips downward towards the bed or the floor. As you do this, you're going to feel a light stretch form on this bottom side. So just build into this one as much as you can. Hold it for about 5 seconds and then release it. On the next repetition, just go up a little bit more and then repeat, doing this the whole length of your back all the way towards your armpit. As you do this, you're going to find that one certain spot just offers the deepest stretch. Maybe it's even attacking tightness, achiness or pain. At that point, I stop over that spot and then press and hold it for a little bit longer. Go more towards 20 to 30 seconds, release it, and then just keep repeating that over and over again until everything is nice and loose or you're not getting any more improvement. And for good measure, I would flip over on the other side and throw a couple repetitions in just to help keep everything nice and loose. If the exercises help, please support the channel by giving this video a like and maybe subscribing too. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them below. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks for watching.